You're live.
Welcome everybody to the ninth Tribal Council of Spellbound Survivor Dungeon Crawler. First question goes to Jeremy. Jeremy, you've won individual immunity. You've both beaten your placement, but also guaranteed yourself a spot in the final nine. How does it feel? Do you feel like people were talking to you a bit differently, knowing that you can't possibly go home?
People were talking. That's not my experience this round. I don't know about everybody else's.
Like, I kind of want to inquire someone else if that was their experience. Ryu, did you feel like that was your experience as well? Was it a quiet 24 hours since the challenge results?
Partner, let me tell you, it was pretty chill. It was pretty chill. I think some people had some chaos, some people didn't have some chaos, but overall, I just had a drink, went through it. That was all. I'm like 5 drinks deep right now. It was taco night at my house, so is that the answer? Is that the answer you were looking for?
I it's genuine. This is authentic, true to yourself, Ryu answer. So that's all I want. I just want a genuine answer to these questions.
Thank you,
Uh,
partner.
you're welcome. Next question goes over to Bryant. Last time I've seen all of you here, for the most part, pretty straightforward vote. A couple stray votes, not directed at the person that got sent home, but a vast majority of you agreed to Sergio going home. Do you feel like this round's going to be similar, that everyone's on the same page, or is there going to be a little bit more of a divide?
I mean, it's like we've had so much more time. We had what, 8 minutes? So like it's a matter of I think there's a sweet spot when it comes to time where enough time it's going to be very split and crazy. But if it's too much time, it's going to round its way back to being like, okay, let's just fucking make a choice here. Um, so I don't know. Like Jeremy and Ryu said, it was pretty like not as crazy talky. Um, so it's hard to say. I don't think it's gonna be a similar vote because that was very weird. Y'all did a weird round. So
It's so, I mean, maybe other people can speak on that, the ambiance of the tribe as well. Like Aaliyah, my next question goes to you. It seems like lots of people's experiences that it wasn't all that talkative, there wasn't all that much strategizing going on. The gears weren't really gearing all that much. Is it an activity thing, or is it just like y'all as a group of individuals, you guys are just chill like that?
I don't know. I'm a yapper, so any experience with me is gonna be full of yaps. So like I don't talk about game. I really don't like to as often. Like I really avoid it. So I don't know how if that's how other people are playing, but it seems that's how everybody else is playing too, which makes things very confusing sometimes. But I don't know. I feel like people are communicating. I don't know. I feel like if they're not, then they're not being honest about that. Simple.
Um, Kevin, next question goes to you. Every time we switch up the tribe configurations or we enter a new stage of the game, I always consider the first tribal council like each of them might be similar. People might vote off the person that they feel like they least connect with over the short period of time that we've been in this tribe specifically. There might be an easy vote that emerges. What's your thoughts on that philosophy? Like, do you feel like this is the first tribal council, kind of akin to your first tribal council of a swap, or first tribal council of the season, or is it a little bit different because we're deeper in the game?
I mean, I think a big reason why it's been so quiet is because of that, because it is kind of the start for a lot of people, and we're all still trying to like get to know everybody. And though we had those 3 days, people kind of took it as, all right, these are 3 days to get to know everybody and not really talk about the game. And now it's like, oh shit, we're a tribal. We actually have to vote somebody, and we don't know what the fuck we're doing. So yeah, I very much agree with the whole like it's been quiet. It's been nothing. Lots of tumbleweeds going by. Just nothing really happening in terms of conversation. So yeah, I mean, I think that it's definitely one of those things where it's like it does kind of feel like this is kind of the beginning where we're all just kind of like unsure what to do and are kind of just like throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks, and hopefully whatever sticks is beneficial to somebody.
Way to throw that tumbleweed in there, Mikey. I mean, way to throw that tumbleweed in there, Mikey.
Apparently I need to change my name to Mikey. Okay, got it.
Just so you know, Mikey is not in the house with
Yeah, it's
us.
actually the
Just
only
to-
person not here on this suit. Everyone else is here except for Mike, which is the irony of that. Next question, though, goes over to Lily. As opposed to the last tribal council where we only gave you guys a set number of minutes. You guys, like you said, had the past couple days to get to catch up with all these people. Maybe you have been separated for ever since the swap, people you haven't even met yet. So talk to me. Say something, anything, just in relation to that dilemma.
Okay,
Just like, damn.
good
Well,
question. Um, No, I think just like I think the hardest part about tribal is we're all playing a game within a game at tribal. And so if I wanted to take the easy answer, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, I love talking to everyone, but it was so quiet." But like we all know that didn't happen. You just have one person on this call that you just like didn't talk to, and that's okay, right? Like you can't talk to 10 people in like 3 hours. That's insane. But it's hard because at the merge, there are a few people on this tribe that I'm just getting to meet. And so it's where is that line of like, I want to get to know you as a human, but also like, do our games even make sense together? Are our like mindsets aligning in a way that would benefit both of us? And some people it does, and some people it doesn't. And so it's just trusting that those conversations that you had with people where you were being honest and truly talking about this is what's best for my game. Does it align for yours? Is being truthful on the other end. It's that whole like social aspect of this game is it's a game of lying and being able to call someone's bluff while also just like recognizing that it's a human on the other side of the screen as well. So I don't want to BS anyone and say it's been quiet because, well, it hasn't. And as it shouldn't be, this is a high caliber cast of people. And if it was quiet, that would make me feel like I wasn't with a high caliber cast, but that's not true. So these people just know what they're doing and they know how to answer your questions in a way that doesn't cause a secret idol to come out. But I say bring it on.
and Caleb, Lily brings up like a very interesting point that there are people that have not gotten to interact up until this point, until 22 days deep into this game. 3 weeks have passed where you've been playing Spellbound, you've been strategizing, trying to figure out how to get from point A to point Z, being the final tribal council, and not ever once even conversing with some of these people. So it's hard for someone to sell, like, hey, I can be useful to you. We spent 3 weeks not even being strangers to each other. But now that we're together, we can work together. So how much of this tribal council is going to come down to like voting off someone you haven't had the chance to connect with yet? And how much of this is trying to foster those bonds with the people you haven't had the chance to with?
Um, that is a loaded question because literally there are people that I did not meet until coming to the merge. I think there were 3 people I personally had not spoken to until the merge. Um, but also the other swaps, you guys threw so many swaps in there that it's like I didn't spend the whole time with my like at home home whatever starting merge. I can't even think of it. Starting tribe, thank you. I'm as drunk as Ryu. But like I didn't even spend the whole time with them, so it's like our what do we have? Well, everything's up in the air, and I think now is when people's votes are going to really show where they lie.
Edward, my question goes over to you. Obviously, the jury phase has started. We now have somebody on the jury right now. Has there been any discussions of like jury prospects yet? Like, like, of course, it's very difficult to assess someone's win equity with only just one person there on the jury. But at some point, you're going to have to look at these people whom you do trust and question, can I beat them at the end? What's their narrative leading up until this point? Has there been any talks of that of the sort?
I think it's in the back of people's minds. I think right now people are trying to get through the day and then that's more of a later problem, there's still there's going to be 9 people left after this. So you have to think about, okay, where do I situate myself among these 8 other people? And what is my best path to make it and not just who can I beat? Because sure, you could beat somebody you're not aligned with, but if you know that person's not voting with you, then it's like, I'm not going to make it. And making it is half the battle. But yes, is jury man at this point, it's less of a thing, but I think as the jury starts filling out, people will think more and more about it.
And like, Jeremy, I'm going to go back to you. Like, jury management is very interesting because, like, for someone who gets sent home very early on into the jury phase, they are missing so much game that someone's perception of who might be a front runner for like the last juror to join in is somebody that's not even on their radar at all. So, how do you send somebody home in a not distasteful way so that they can vote for you? Like, what do we gotta do?
When you figure that out, you tell me.
Or you can tell me if you know. You gotta figure it out. I don't gotta figure it out.
It remains to be seen. I don't make it to the end of the game, so I've never had to worry about it.
Ryu, a question goes to you.
Bad idea.
Okay. Is
Well,
there even a question?
I'll take it. Give it.
Okay,
Give
no,
it.
I mean, I believe in you. I believe in you, Ryu. Okay, so my gosh, you saying that I lost my train of thought. So Ryu, of course, you voting off somebody now has weight to it. Like before, you can vote someone off and ultimately, like, I guess, face consequences with the people you're still in the game with if they're not happy with you. But ultimately, there may be consequences to whom you vote off tonight. So to answer the question that Jeremy so eloquently answered beforehand, how do you manage a jury? Like, how do you send someone out the door in a way
Okay,
that doesn't really hinder?
every time I've been sent out the door, it's been horribly handled. So I've had to vote for people I really don't like, except you, Jacob. I love you. No, I mean like honestly, like I don't know. I'm a pretty bad person to ask about this game, this question because I don't really take it too seriously personally. I mean, I take it super seriously. Sorry. No, I think that like you do have to send people off with like a bit of grace for sure. Um, it's just hard because some people take these games like it's not like we're playing for $1 million, but some people like take these games really seriously, and it's hard to gauge like who takes it seriously, who's going to be offended, who respects game, who doesn't really as much, and I think you kind of have to curtail each exit to who's going out, you know? But
And
if I don't go home in a funny way, I will be disappointed, I will say.
well, Brian, my question goes over to you. Ryu kind of brings up an interesting dilemma. You know, like people ultimately this is a game. This is meant to be fun. Literally, our last rule when reviewing the rules day one was just please have fun. That's the goal of this game. But you know, some people who are only here to have fun might be mistaken for someone who's not taking the game seriously at all. Like they're kind of just playing just like kind of like very docile, very low key non-strategic games. So what's the difference between, or the balance between having fun, but taking the game seriously enough to its respect Survivor?
I think that question lies mostly with the people you're playing with and how they view what you're doing, because just having fun and playing the game could be a winning strategy. It all depends on who you're playing with and what they respect as fellow players, and ultimately how you treat them. Because I think your jury management questions are really like interesting to me, because I think it's ultimately about like you're playing with people, and like people who have been playing these games for a long time, people who haven't, people who have started playing these games during a very crazy time in our world, where this was like a majority of their human interaction. And I think that's all very important to keep in mind and just like treat people as people, and hope that they respect your game and will be open to what you say. So
And I've seen so many times as a finalist, as a juror myself, people criticize people for being like lying too much, like lying unnecessarily so. And I've seen other people criticize a juror for being too honest and kind of being arrogant, like they're like mocking the person, like they're being so blunt and so disrespectful. So Leah, the question goes over to you when sending someone out the door. How honest should you be? Is there like a set rubric of like how honest or how dishonest you should be to somebody that you send home, or is it differ person by person, like Brian is saying?
I think that because everybody is different, then it's different for everybody. Just like what kind of what Rhea was saying, like some people take things differently, and that's 100% okay. And like sometimes you're working in opposition with somebody who might be thinking a little bit better than you, and you might need to get a one up on them. And then sometimes it's just a majority situation. You can be honest because it's going to happen anyway. Like it really does differ per situation. Like it's not a cookie cutter thing, unfortunately. Otherwise, it would be easy every time.
And all these talks about like how like the tribe has been generally very quiet and very chill, not too much strategy being talked about, may just imply that lots of you guys operate under the same philosophy of just like, oh, this is meant to be a game for fun. You guys all seem like lovely people outside of here. I still want to get my bag. I still want to win. So kind of a question goes over to you. Do you think with what you've seen these past couple days, seeing the ambiance of how a tribal council with this group of people usually plays out, do you think that they're all potentially going to think the same way? They're going to vote no hard feelings if they're at the jury, or is it too early to tell?
I don't know. I think we should vote and see what happens. And I'll leave it at that.
All right. Got three more questions, I swear. I usually do two questions, but way more people showed up than I expected. Lily, my question goes over to you. Some people say that they're having fun while they're in the game, but then they get voted off and say, fuck you, fuck your mom, fuck your dad, fuck your dog, fuck your cat. Like, I just clearly are very upset. Like, the prospect of having fun and enjoying yourself is very contingent on if you're still in the game or not, or if you're winning. So, Lily, question goes to you. Is winning the only way to have fun in a game like this?
No. I mean, I do think that there is fun in the chaos, but I will say I'm a bitter bitch. I am a bitter juror till the end of days. And it's not the people that snipe me, it's the people that I think I'm aligned with that just go along with it. And I'm like, you know what? You played a bad game because you aligned with me and this other person sniped me out. And so here's my thing. I'm having fun the whole time. It's just like there's like heavy spikes of anxiety on certain days, and then like heavy spikes of drain from the social interaction that this game calls for. But I think overall, like, I think the key is to just have fun. And it's not just fun if you win, but I think it obviously is more fun if you win because, like, who doesn't love winning shit? And also, that means you're in the game the whole time, right? Like, this game is like a purview of how people view you in the real world in theory, right? So like who doesn't want the validation that people want to keep you with them until the end and want to vote for you? But there's also the other side of like there is validation in, oh, I'm such a big threat, but like I'm not that bitch. I'm not having fun on the jury. So take that into consideration.
Oh, penultimate question. I swear we're almost there. You guys got it. I'm proud of you guys for kind of sort of answering my questions. Caleb goes over to you. Of course, like, I mean, I have fun with these games. I used to take them very seriously. I used to be very upset, especially the night or the day, I guess, depending on what tribals are, of my elimination, because I get super invested and anxiety, like Lily says, are at a full-time high. How do you manage those what could be very intense emotions while not only just fostering these genuine relationships with these people but playing this cutthroat game? Like, how do you manage it?
You just gotta take it with a grain of salt. Like you gotta, even if like you are the person that is going and you get voted out, if you play these long enough, you kind of get a sense of like, okay, I did something obviously, or other people did something, and this is the reality. Um, I think that does come with the like a history of playing orgs, but you kind of have to like find your zen when you can close your computer or shut your computer off. You have to balance your life too. And it's hard. This is like a full-time job. And so doing this, you kind of have to make it fun to enjoy it. You have to have fun to enjoy it, or else you're just here for pain.
Real. And last question goes to Edward. Um, Finding your zen, I think, is very it's almost like easier said than done because it might differentiate from person to person. Some people might just inherently just be zen, might be, but might just in not put this. I gotta word this very because it's very difficult to articulate and to explain how one person is much easier to calm down than the other without it sounding like the other person is a baby by comparison, which is not at all the case. You know, some people find different outlets and means of composing themselves and achieving their zen. So my question for you goes to you, Edward. After tonight, will people be able to find their zen, to be able to close off, just log off for the night, no more strategizing, or is this the start of a hectic, fast-paced merge?
I think the game's afoot. I think whatever happens after tonight, I'm expecting everyone to be like, okay, fast pace. We got, I don't know how many more days left in this game. It's time to put your feet on the ground and bust ass right now. Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. Indeed. I throw my hat, but then you'd show my hat hair, and I don't want to show any of y'all that. So, anyways, that concludes the formal part of the tribal council. Before I ask you all to give in your votes, just random question. You can just raise your hand. Don't gotta answer it. Raise your hand if you think you're safe tonight. You're good. You're gooch. I ain't going nowhere. And the only person, if I was about to say, if anyone other than Jerry, I would hope Jeremy at least raises his hand, but no one else feels. Everyone else feels uneasy.
What's one of those items is like an immunity nullifier? Let me know.
That would be rotted if we implemented that into the game. All right. Does anyone think that they're going to be catching votes tonight? Not enough to get sent home, but enough to spook you and maybe like, damn, who voted for me? Okay, we got a couple more hands, a little bit more uncertainty. Raise your hand if you think you're gone. This is it. This has been where I stay at Spellbound Survivor, Dungeon Crawler. This is it. I am going home. So no one feels safe, yet none of y'all feel unsafe enough to think you're going home. That's I think it might be okay. I was about to say Jeremy thinks. All right, then. That concludes Tribal Council. I'm gonna get off camera. You guys can cast your votes, bump up your votes if you've already sent them in, change your votes if you'd like to change them. This is being live streamed, so people in the VL are watching this. Shout outs are encouraged, and I'll be back with the reading of the votes.
Shout out. Someone said I looked like Angela from Big Brother while wearing this jacket. So shout out to that person.
I like to take a brief moment to appreciate Jacob Adorno's profile picture. With hello.
Shout,
Hey.
shout out to my prod guests, Jen and Mike. Love you guys.
Wait, we can
Oh,
have
yeah.
prod guests?
Also, my podcast, Mike Jones.
What
Love
the
Mike Jones.
what the fuck? Why do I not know
He's
anything?
discovering
That's
this in real
fucking
time.
amazing.
I don't really
I
know what
just-
podcasts do.
They just
They just,
talk
like,
to you.
They just like, they
Put up with your
you say things in
bullshit.
your chat and they hype you up and all that shit. So
Well,
it's
I'm
Unless
mostly
they're
asking
Mike
me what's wrong
Jones.
with me.
Yeah, unless they're Mike Jones and they just get drunk and say their random bullshit while they're
that sounds like Mike Jones.
The only prod guest I ever had, all he did was send like memes to me. And I was like, this is ridiculous.
I had one prod guest in a game, and literally all he said every single time was just the word lit. And I was like, okay, this is clearly something that like someone told him to do. This was like a setup. It was Pain Brothers, like it was a joke game the entire time. And I find out no, he was just doing that to fuck with me. So it was a great time.
Shout out Pain Brother.
Shout out Pain Brother, and shout out to my prod guest in that game, Brandon Grummett. Love you.
Wait, I'm still mad at Cam. We're gonna talk about that.
Bless. I've done some rotted shit in orgs. So
You have, like, and I'll never forgive you.
If you want to yeah, if you want to retain your sanity and keep it, more than you already don't play Pain Brother because you'll lose it instantly. You'll have like no brain cells by the time it's done.
Mike Jones literally just said "Pain Brother" in all caps in my prod chat.
I'm sorry, Pain Brother?
Pain
Is that
Brother, yeah.
like a masochist thing? Like
It's a meme. It's a complete meme game. Like there's rounds where like it'll randomly turn into Survivor. There's like there's like an idol. There's like a hunt for like advantages, but one of them is you just automatically get voted out.
are orcs like also like a kink? Is that what I'm gathering here?
Yes,
Like,
yes, they are.
Now you might be onto something there. They all called,
Okay.
maybe they're called orcs for a reason. Exactly.
Oh my god.
We got to go
they
back
are
to
slightly
that question. We got to go
addicting.
back to that hint in code names. That's what we got to go back to.
Shout out to Sanam. What was it? It was like sex.
It
and
was literally the word
power.
sex. That's literally what it was.
Oh, it was.
What were
remember
the
that.
She did
That was
do
an awful
that,
clue.
Diva. I mean, you
what
guys got
were the
it. It
cards?
worked.
Well, I thought it was tower, like I don't know.
That's the first thing
Okay,
I thought of as well, and then it
and
wasn't that.
the way that
So,
I'm so glad I was muted because you said tower and I literally said Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
Like that works. Like I see the mission. Hello.
So I
they're
guess
like,
no one's read Paris's memoir where she talks about getting.
Like hello. Let's look at the Samurai Turn Pretty. They did it a lot in Paris.
Yeah.
Like, hello. Paris. That's my accent. It's bad. Sorry.
Oh.
You guys are taking a while.
Who
What's
should I
gonna take
invite to my
longer?
prod chat?
What's
Um,
gonna take longer for Jacob to read the votes or Jacob ask us questions?
All right,
both
Brian, if you want, I guess.
Great.
Oh, I
I
guess
want you
Jacob
in it.
asking us questions. Here he is. he's trying to disprove my.
Oh, I had no idea what y'all were talking about.
Oh.
I took off my headphones.
Yeah,
Just
sure.
wanted to just
Sure.
but speaking of sure, I have the votes. But before I read them off, if anybody has an idol or an advantage that they would like to play, now is the time to do so.
I just wanted to say hey.
Aaliyah has played her hey. It's nothing. I'm continuing the countdown as if that didn't happen. All right, the window is closed. Once we read the votes, the decision is final. The person just has a few moments to gather his, her, or their belongings and get the hell off my island. First vote. Kevin. Mikey. It's one vote Kevin, one vote Mikey. Kevin. It's two votes Kevin. Kevin. That's three votes Kevin, one vote Mikey. Kevin. That's four votes Kevin, one vote Mikey. Kevin. That's five votes Kevin, one vote Mikey. Ninth player voted off of Spellbound Survivor Dungeon Crawl and the second member of our jury, Kevin. Kevin, that's six, and tonight that is enough. If you have any final words, by all means, the floor is yours.
Well, I mean, like Lily said, there's one person that wasn't being talked to, and it made sense why my fucking DMs were so dry for the past like 2 hours. I guess I'll take this hat off now because this was my vote, and you know what? I don't need that anymore. So that gets thrown across the room. Returning curse strikes again. Just can't seem to fucking get past it. Every fucking time I play a game and I come back, I do significantly worse. I made jury, so I'm happy about that. I tried to do something. Clearly it didn't work. You guys were smart, I guess. But yeah, been a fun time. Wasn't expecting this. Good luck, I guess. Whatever. Do something. It's been quiet. I thought Ryu was gonna play his idol, and he didn't play his idol, even though I told him to play his idol. And that's your indication to me that something wasn't gonna happen. Good luck. Love you guys.
Kevin, thank you so much for choosing Spellbound Survivor again. You're on a short list of people who've played this game both times and had made Merge and Jury both times. That is an incredible achievement in and of itself. You should pat yourself on the back regardless. Played a great game, but unfortunately, the tribe has spoken. Now is the time for you to head off the zoo. Final 9. Yeah, the top half of this cast has been voted off of Spellbound Survivor, but you remain as the top half. Congratulations on making it to Final 9 to single digits. Hopefully the game picks up from here. But keep an eye out on the announcements because there might be a link, a form of some sort that you may have to fill out. And I will see you tomorrow night at the live challenge. If you cannot make it to said challenge when we schedule it, let us know. Give us ample time to prepare. I'm off tomorrow and I'm off tonight, so I could hypothetically host people in advance. But Final 9, best of luck.